We are very routine in our house.
Hello. Hi.
Our children know exactly what's coming at every point in the day. Hi, I'm Maria Davis-Pierre. I am a licensed mental health counselor here in the state of Florida. I have 3 kids, Malia, our oldest, who is 11 now. And then we have twins, Davis, who is 8, and Brooklyn, who is also 8. And Davis and Malia are both autistic, and Brooklyn has ADHD. Autism in Black came pretty early on because of just navigating what we navigated with Malia. Initially, I just started it to bridge that gap for Black parents, to give them the resources, to let them know that there's no shame, to stand on a platform at the time and say, yes, I am parenting a Black autistic child, and it's okay. And I'm here with a special guest, Miss Maria Pierre. She is the reason that Autism in Black exists. She is the reason. With Malia, she had more of your typical DSM characteristics of autism. She was not looking people straight in the eye. She had a very slow response time, to the point that I actually thought she was deaf.
I've been cooking some fruit salad, chicken Alfredo, fried chicken and French fries.
I went to my husband, who is a physician, and he was taken aback, and he was like, diagnose your clients, not my kid. So we took some time to process that.
I was complete denial mode. It was just more of a fear response, because I was like, hold on, what do you mean autistic? Like, I didn't have any clue what that meant. It almost was like this gray cloud kind of coming over my eyes, because now a future that I envisioned for my daughter, I really couldn't envision anymore, because I didn't know what the diagnosis and what that diagnosis would carry for her meant for us in the future.
One of the biggest challenges for Black parents is access to resources and access to information, because that gap exists. Nobody's coming into our communities to tell us about autism and tell us what it is. She received her diagnosis officially at 18 months, but never in the process was I feeling sad or upset or anything like that. And I guess it also has to do with my clinical experience of knowing what autism is. I was more sad, upset, and frustrated with the process. We started with our pediatrician, who didn't want to give us the referral to Early Steps. And I actually did a boycott in his office for a week. And after a week, he did get tired of me being in his office. So he gave us the paperwork, and that's how she got her diagnosis.
Now we knew what interventions, if we needed occupational therapy, if we needed speech therapy, we needed physical therapy, we knew the route we needed to go. Being able to recognize that early probably changed the trajectory of my daughter's life. My daughter started having this personality of her own. It was just amazing to see. It was amazing to see, like, oh, look at my little girl becoming older and becoming wiser and having her thoughts and feelings for herself, and recognizing that she's in her world. And now I'm able to be a part of her world.
My son, who was a twin, his process went a little differently. We also saw a lot of characteristics and signs, but I felt he was having more sensory sensitivities, and we were going that route.
Because I'm the favorite child. Yeah, right.
What's interesting with Davis is just because he's my only son, so as the son, I recognize that, hey, there are some certain unwritten rules that are gonna affect you more than it may affect others of different skin color. And his typical normal, maybe emotional reaction, which is normal for him, and more importantly, normal for our world as a Black autistic son, may not be normal for someone he comes into contact with. And I think that's probably the scariest aspect of it.
Just being Black and autistic and having that intersectional piece, knowing that people oftentimes in society see us by our skin color before we can even get to the fact that there's a disability, and wanting to protect them and shield them from that, but also wanting them to experience the world. That's a fine line that I often struggle with.
Never what? Give up?
Never back down, never what.
So I created Autism in Black to show them that there are others out there. And as we've grown, we've added so much into what we do. We have our conference, we have our podcast, we're doing workshops, we're training other organizations on how to be less harmful to the Black disability community. So I make sure that we are in the community doing the work and making sure that, you know, Black parents and Black autistic individuals know that you're not alone. Hi, and welcome to another episode of the Autism in Black podcast. I received my autism diagnosis 3 years ago at 37. There are ebbs and flows to me discovering that I'm autistic. One, I think just knowing that I related so much to my kids because I am them. And that's why a lot of the things that they were experiencing were not something that was just so gonna take me aback, because I was doing it as well. I need to give myself more grace. I need to not hold myself to these standards that I'm just not going to be able to make sometimes because I'm autistic. Having a supportive husband who was just like, I called him from the car and I was like, the psychiatrist is saying that I'm autistic. He's like, yeah, that makes sense. What time are you gonna be home?
For me, it was that confirmation, like, that's what it was. That's the missing piece that I didn't have to explain how you act the way you act. Seeing my wife over these years and experiencing our daughter and our son and even our youngest daughter, it's been so interesting just to kind of see all of these moving parts kind of just move around the world, and recognizing that, like, I may have to have interchangeable parts of myself to be able to kind of fit the best model that, you know, I can be for as a husband, to fit the best model I can be as a father. And it's such a enriching experience for us.
Seeing them develop into their own little people and seeing them accomplish things that even sometimes that I have in my mind, like, oh my God, I can't believe you're doing that. Just seeing that has been amazing and rewarding, a part of parenting.